Jim Codiani's going to be our captain this year. He's been a very solid kid over the years. We bring quite a few people back with the men's team. Matt Artelian, Mitch Berlin, Randy Fages, Dylan Glazer, Pedro Gonzalez all ran at the NC2A regional meet last year. And then Jim Rivers had a great spring, so we're looking for good things from that whole group. With the women, of course, we lost 3 people, so their things are a little different. We just have to kind of go by step to see what we're going to end up with this year. I think Nicole Salja, Barbara Propikak should both be important for us. Morgan Sinclair had a great spring. Laura Warren, who wasn't able to run cross country last year because of an injury, she had a great spring also. So we have a nice little nucleus of women coming back, but we lost 3 girls, and that's really going to be hard to replace. Actually, the 3 girls will be harder to replace than Abad, who was a #1 runner in the conference last year. Well, with the men's program, Alex Bruno is not a newcomer, but Alex was injured last fall and wasn't able to contribute. I'm looking for a good bit from him. Joe Ennis, Nate George, both returning to the program, should help us a little bit. And we only have 1 new man, Carl Petrini, and Carl is a transfer who did not run last year, so we're just kind of looking to see what happens. With the women, we just have a load of new girls coming in. Lindsay Tallman out of Pinelands probably looks best on paper of anybody we have, but it's a good group. I've been in contact with them over the summer, and they've been doing a lot of training. We'll know a little bit more after our first workout on Friday, which is basically a time trial, and give us an idea of where everybody is. But they seem to be, both the men and women's team, both seem to have worked pretty hard over the summer this year. Well, I think they're pretty much the same as they always are. You want to do as well as you can in your conference meet and get some experience. But I think that the men's team overall should be a better team this year, so we should be doing better in the meets that we go to. The women's team, until we get some practices in, it's going to be hard to tell. Last year I thought the women came along very well, the new people, and if they continue to improve, we should be better overall again. So it's an idea of running better. The fact that we don't do dual meets and things like that, you can't say, well, I want to go 8-3, but when we run into big meets, we want to move our way up the line a little bit. TCNJ has to be considered the favorite in the men. They've been winning year in and year out. Our big key is to make kids understand if we run as a pack that we can get to them. Last year I thought we had a shot to break into them a little bit. I didn't think we could win it, but I felt we were going to have the #1 runner, so if we could pack the rest of the group, we could give them a run, and we just didn't pack well. So that's the big thing there. With the women, Rowan and TCNJ are probably pretty evenly balanced, and so I hate to say you end up trying to run for 3rd, but I think that's what we're going to try and do there, with the idea that if we can pack at the NC2A regionals, maybe we can even fare better than they do. Well, I think that in cross country, the big thing we had to improve on last year was teaching kids how to race, and the kids that are returning really matured in the spring with that idea. They learned how to race. A lot of kids come in, they know how to run, but they only just go out and run up front, and if they're not there, they don't know what to do. But when a number of them learned to race, Mitch Berlin and Jim Rivers made great strides in learning how to race last year. Morgan Sinclair learned how to race. So she not only improved her time, she ended up winning a couple of big races along the way. So that's the biggest thing, that they now know how to race, and we hope we can capitalize on that. This is my 16th year here at Stockton, and One of the reasons I think it's great in our sports, and by that I mean track and cross country, is that we do give kids a chance, and we have kids who've never participated, and they come along and do a good job for us. Another thing is that I think overall the faculty is athletic friendly, and by that I mean that they do realize that sometimes a student has to miss a class to go to a meet or something like that, and as long as the kids take care of making arrangements with the faculty ahead of time, there's never been a problem with anything. I think that's a big thing. I guess the biggest thing I'd like to see improvement is that more of our non-athletic students would come out and support the programs. That would be a big thing for us.